The land that we love indeed, our Sierra Leone. Now, so we start today the program Morning Coffee. Of course, today, at the 27th April 2026, a very distinct day. Usually, we as Sierra Leoneans, we get the green, white, and blue flag. Always they take our personal. Of course, we dey start the program today. As we know, we get a lot for discuss inside the program. Remember, say morning coffee as always they come to you for give use and other things they will happen all of us at the country. I will bring am to you doorstep for make you self know waiting they carry on. So today, as always, me na of una presenter them, me na Mohammed Simbi Koma, and I get my boss with in English and blue flag.
All right. Good morning, Mohammed Simbi, and also good morning to me, company salon people. Them as usually from me call this morning. We don't tell you say today, especially to all salon people when we 65-year independence anniversary, and this is a special edition of the program Morning Coffee. As exclusively we go talk about we independence. We go make sure say you get history of farm and also go reminisce and also we go talk a lot about waiting as a nation we don't achieve and waiting we dey hope for achieve. Independence people can say associated with self-governance and self-dependency. 65 years on, how the nation don dey fear run in terms of governance and development. We get for talk to Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law. And same way so we get for talk to senior citizens dem wey go take we back in history as to wetin dem remember when dem dey celebrate Independence Day. As part of this year's celebration, government dey host interfaith service na State House today, and the theme na building a responsive, resilient, and cohesive Sierra Leone. Members say the Sierra Leone People's Party when the SLPP party said they celebrate 65 years anniversary as a political party. The Prime Minister by then, when Sir Milton Magai, be a member of the Sierra Leone People's Party. Remember, say Sierra Leone don comot under colonial rule, and now the rule we serve 65 years on. Before I also push the program go before I remember you sense what we come up from person we always listen to morning coffee when JP Festus Graham tap na Hamilton say one finger no the big stone.
All right, of course, one thing that no, the pick stone. We the start the program. Let's get waiting Freetown players. Get for we are introductory song, then we will push the program for.
All right, well, we go come now inside the program. Proper one. We don't come out na pound sterling, long term,
Yeah.
and also we don't see the kind of a way where we definitely push the economy. But we go look inside that one day as the program they carry on. Let
All
me
right,
hear
we
this
start
from
with
you.
first story this morning as Mama Salon done 65. This na age way for comfortably sit down now. We dey enjoy the fruits of in labor, but yet still boku challenge the way in pikin and the face because the pikin them no able for the proper one for take care of Mama Salon way it on the old. According to we now professor and historian, when our Professor J.D. Ali, he say Sierra Leone, he say they na this current state because Sierra Leoneans, especially the foundational leaders, they say after independence, they don't actually practically understand what it actually mean or what in the context of independence. So Professor J.D. Ali talked to the company we answer matter by inside the center.
From get independence on the 27th of April 1961, when we come under the British then. We there for we safe now. And at that time, well, fortunately, I did not get sense at that time, so I go.
What's that be ignorant telling you?
That's a
You
very.
mind telling me?
No, I don't mind at all. In 1961, I think I was 12 years old.
So you relatively know what happened.
Yes, because I take part in the match pass.
Oh, really?
Yes, you know.
What school you go then telling me?
And St. Columbus Primary School in Moamba.
That's good.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So things been relatively okay, you know, and the problem we didn't get at independence, where perhaps now in the still affect we is that we not been really grasp the full meaning of independence. Like we can say, I don't sit down for myself now. I know they with parents again, I know they with relatives. I did for myself now. And that one they entail a lot of responsibility. You know, just like if you deal with your parents, you don't believe, you say you want married, they don't allow you to marry. Not to every 2-3 problems you may pass, you run away. You run to them for assistance. So before you take that critical decision, they for don't prepare yourself very well, you know, for meet their challenges. Well, we can get the issues at independence, although the Richmond they go, we put down the Union Jack and hoist the green, white, and blue. But that not been just flag independence. We change one flag to the other. We change the people them from the white people them to the black man and Samiti and others. But the other things we for make, we really say we did for we self been lacking.
Like waiting this for?
Good. In colonial days, we for know say like the economy that has been very critical. The economy at during the colonial days, the witchman them be making for satisfy their own needs, not to be for help we as Sierra Leoneans for develop. We take even the railway where I've been they watch that picture of the railway.
Yeah.
I've been so fascinated by the whole they make that railway. They run from Freetown to the provinces. It been they pass only through the agriculturally rich areas. Now before bring produce from the interior to the coast. They don't really make them specifically for for ease transportation of human beings. Of course, incidentally we use them, but the primary reason why they create now for bring produce from upline to Freetown. And the road there where them be make to the railway stations, you see them, they call them feeder roads in those days. Yeah. Because now they feed the railway with produce. So we go through that. So we they expect say at independence, it not go be automatic. But these are some of the things that will before don't begin for change. Because we really talk say you independent. Now that you they work towards. If you compare that to America, big America been there under Britain. In the 1770s, they fought for their independence, then get them. They not only get that independence, then all things that we Britain been get. The royal family, this, that, and say, no, we not mix band that. Even they retain the English language. But we see, say, even the spelling, then change them. We say British man, who they still spell labor, L-A-B-O-U-R. Then say L-A-B-O-R. You know? And then change a lot of institutions. Well, that now one of the things that we've been failed for do. With educational system, for instance, we're very critical to development. Until very recently, it been patterned towards the British system, more of the grammar school type. You know, we neglect technical and vocational education because we've been getting that wrong perception, say, possibly no academically inclined, now for do them can work them. But that was very wrong. I'm glad that we don't begin for change and small. But we continue with that old system. Even the judiciary, we see say, now the same laws we get, now the same dressing, then they take. Until recently, some office, then they enter there, if you know, echo ten tie. We feel say that the only way that for dress, we take that from the British people there. So we independence, it been nominal. It not been they deep within the people there. And a lot of people not been really know what independence mean. We been feel saying that for wear gown, dance, you know, woman then they be una dance, na that na independence. No. But independence mean hard work. Very hard work. Sometimes I do we get them. We not fed for them. If we compare ourselves to Guinea, Conakry, where they say then they come out under the French. The French people they spoil everything we been doing at Conakry. The one way they know able spoil, they can go. So Guinea been get for start from scratch. Now make today even the best mechanics we will get na Saloya na Guineans them. Then we get for start from scratch for develop their country. Well, we go the other way around. So, and we don't do on this all these years. If you come out to your parents then, you don't marry, you do for yourself now. Not to everything the parents then they do for you. If you wish say we go to school, maybe we parents they manage after O level. Then left you on you now. You get for build on that foundation there. You know, we continue for the blame there all the time. You know, but we not make a serious effort for build on even the small foundation where the British make, largely because of leadership problems. Okay,
so along the way, we'll not be able for like actually get it right, or because of again the foundation not being there, irresponsible also with this so, or with previous leaders that have been trying like forget them right.
Well, now all of the above, really. Now. We God make we. No matter how big the body, no matter how small, the head God put down at the top. Now they control everything. You know, if some screws begin and bug by your head, they say that person don't craze. You know, the head is very, very important. Well, if we link that to Sierra Leone, the first 10 years of independence, now they will really begin miss the boat. Even picking several then they born. That first 10 years, now it they develop, waiting will make it become somebody tomorrow. That foundational years. Well, we in this country, unfortunately, in the first 10 years, we get 4 different leaders. First, Sir Milton Magai, 1961 to 64, April 64. Then his brother Albert Kam, from April 64 to March 1967. Then we get a 1-year military rule now at the Jackson Smith era. You know, we go up to April 68. Then Shaka Stevens come from April 68 till November 1985. So we get them 4 different leaders there. And one of the problems we get in Africa, not to just Salone, this continuity business. If you there, you know the boss, you know will be totally bad. So if you bad take some good thing then the way you go don't do and left. But this country, like other African countries, any leader will come, he want for start all over, for reinvent the wheel. As if nothing not happen before him. And any country will get that mentality, they go difficult for develop. When you come, study waiting you don't meet. Look for the good one then, improve on them. The bad one then, you left them. But each time we come, they start all over again.
That's not Professor J.D. Ali. Of course, it only take me to first of all, you say the challenges we Sierra Leoneans are face now that Sierra Leone actually grasp the understanding of what really independence means. Then again, it's a continuity that the country with leadership lack continuity. So the other leaders stop, the other one know they continue the leader.
All right, well, we want to tell you, family, so we don't get most of we Salone Company then at the studio this morning. We get another citizen with we Reverend Mohammed Mansare, lecturer from the Evangelical College of Theology. We also get a civil society activist, Jeremy Ben Simbo, when the acting executive director. We also get from the Pekin and the country, Mary Julius, where the deputy PRO for Children's Forum Network. We get from the government side, the information side, we get Mohamed Jawad Niale from the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. And we also get a poet, and we can talk to we go tell you about some poems that we prepare for Salone in Independence. David Pierre Collier is with me now the studio. But first this morning we go come to we civil society person when Jeremy Ben Simbo, we don't listen even from the start of the president in speech this morning, and also to Usawi the suicide program. But good morning and happy independence to you as well.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Thank you too. Okay. So Salone at 65 years in terms of independence. What's in actually this independence mean for this country?
Well, we don't listen to what the professor don't say. Professor J.D. Ali, he don't give a background history as to how we can get independence. And he also don't share with you this morning. Mr. Online lost from Usa will begin forget wrong. You know, for next I don't get independence. Some countries and they we don't read some history across, even me formative days in a school, be fed for independence. Like what he calls so some other countries, for example, America, Britain for the independence. It not be easy for them to get at all. But for we as Salone, for example, we not be fed for them at all. You reach a point tomorrow, with politicians and say, no, we now need for being independent. We need for managing political affairs then, not for political administration. Fine, we go for that. But when you sit back, yes, from that time to now, I get to be very honest, that Salone don't do a lot. We don't do so much. We not done day from Usa, we don't do. We don't really done the move. We don't do so many good things there. Yes, we don't conduct elections, we don't get to institutions, we not be there on it anyway, we don't get now. We also don't get a lot of governments, we don't come, don't change, we don't get military regime then, but we don't get good laws and as well we don't pass. But I think we really move on a slow pace. We're very slow as to how we move. One of the major things that Professor J.D. Ali say, we capture from that conversation, and that this is not a country, government in and government out to the camp. They always come in with a prescribed agenda. They know they really can follow up on waiting they don't meet way good. In the first place, I think for me could be for independence at that time. Now politicians will not be too eager because they now say no, the British took them with the colonial administration, we need to get them off, they need for go. So let me self can and manage your affairs. But they're not been trying to strategize and put better ideas together. And so when they can, waiting they go do for move this country forward. Imagine serious crisis at Arab day when you look at the history very well. Between Shaka Stevens, the late Shaka Stevens, and the late Sir Milton Magai for get independence. We in family who get in 1961. Serious drop in there. So man say, no, Lord, wait for us. You know right bit, come on, get independence now. The other hand say, no, Lord, go ahead and try to get out. We get out. But from then till and to now, they be that. Yes, as I mentioned, we don't move. But now we look at how we go as Sierra Leoneans. You know, if a country like Sierra Leone, where they find it difficult for them to be nationalistic now, nationalism don't become some serious crisis in Sierra Leone today. Nationalism. When you look at the independence, how they been celebrating, even the early days, when Salonga independence, as to now, they're not transfer again anymore. People don't take us serious again. How many people are really celebrating independence as Sierra Leone? Because people say, no, it's not meaningful, it's meaningless for can't celebrate independence. That's so some thing. Because one, they don't even understand the context of independence. Second, they don't really know why they're for celebrating independence. Then third, they don't see we actual independence, they don't see. So that don't create some serious tension. Me and somebody they get a convention yesterday. He's saying at Funkia market, one woman go there for go sell salon flag. They almost tear down money and the driver out of the market. They say they don't have for sale flag. Make come on and do. Now we in Belfou, now we some government they come. You imagine that kind of thing. So who's that nationality they come out? Patriotism. This is the country this today one day. You understand? We don't become likely divided by political actors. Because a very good number of them they're dishonest and they display political dishonesty, including intellectual dishonesty. Then they lie to the people that they're able to tell them the hard truth. They always try to tell them what's the why you understand. We go bring the kind of power. And if you the thing say independence are only way you get political authority, then independence, I think it's the point. We really need to go back to the drawing board. Message in, message out to politicians they can't give you. 2028 they come very soon by the grace of God. Let God keep us together. The same promises we say in the manifesto. Now the one we don't begin from 19 God knows how long. Water, road, energy, light. Now that kind of stuff now will still continue for see. How long will they for this one? Every year after 5 years, year in, year out. Now just a message is normal. Now just a fake and bogus promises on what they bring up. So we go begin for sit down and ask yourself, what's our independence day? This one size fits all. What they go copy for to copy from other countries, bring kind of country also. They're very serious. And they are Mbogwe as well. Because let me say for example the 6344 education system of Sierra Leone, where they come 6334, later they cancel to 6344. Provision is not there at all. Now making fight, they say the mad rush now into SSS now. Then me say when they count 634, means 6 GC O and A levels. Then tell the OBC. So my MBS is there it is still what you call special 5. You understand? Until you get the requirement, it can't university. But now some will not sit SS1, JSS3, and then now manufacture a way into the SS now. Because if you will not fail it, no other professional information going to tech folk school, they can't sit SS1. They go bribe and way through. Somebody will fail MPS, that they tell me. The possibility to make it pass very slim. When you fail the possibility to make it pass was is slim. When you don't fail was for let go do an university very slim. So that kind of way we just go on because other countries they do this one, we say for drop. We still over dependent on developing partners. So a lot of the country this the video. The other day they see it on social media. They say they need 3 utility vehicles to Ministry of Foreign Affairs. That requires celebration. For goodness sake. We never buy utility vehicle from Ministry of Foreign Affairs. All them tell they go to the hospital, they go and dance with Salone will deliver that to people. We see the struggle to National Stadium. Chinese man day in, day out, they just tell what's and this, what's in them good for them. We see the struggle with them one day. Like what the professor say, yes. I go with 100%. When the white man them in day, the roads and way they make, now they come on Kailam, they pass Pendebu, they pass Jala, they pass Bumpe, they can't pass Bradford, can't fit out. Now their roads they move, they produce. They don't really do much things that we good for in this country. We still get bad laws them as old as 1861. We get laws that we still as 1916. You understand? The last thing they act 1916. Then one day we make the laws that they don't repeal and don't amend them in the years back. We still go with the laws today. So as a country really need to sit back and begin for imagine say no. Let we think Salon. I remember I'm glad the way the president say, let in all of what we do now, let's put Salon number 1. If we put this country number 1, I'm sure this country will move. Countries in the history a bad past week. America the history be worse past Sierra Leone. Europe the history be worse past Sierra Leone. Before the 1832 reform bill in England, no one nobody votes, nobody participates in elections. No one. People they line up behind people for vote during elections. But in reaching time, they say no, depart from them bad ways. Then Lord will now move in ways we will carry this country go before. So then make England and America and Australia some of the countries they do well. But with us, no. Day in, day out, the same bad things that they do. We get bad war in this country, 11 years. We think say from the TRC report, that war they're gonna be example to we. We wait for land from waiting that war, waiting to get out of this country. But from that report, there are nothing we don't learn much at all. The things that we've been come when we create war, we see most of the things that don't begin for come up again. If they don't worsen. So as a nation, I'm sure really, we need for land from what will happen in our history. Let we celebrate independence with caution. Let we understand say no, when we say independence, now the same house alone begin for come out under the colonial administration. When we mean well for itself now. This kind of over centralization as Sierra Leone. If you want license, if you don't can feature, you don't get at all. If you want to come out of Sierra Leone, if you don't have free time, you go to Lunga Airport, don't get that there at all. So, everything just gets stuck on one place.
Okay, Jamie, then challenge say we the name so we don't dey enlist. You nothing can say if in a bit they give like some justification some would say, well, wait me for celebrate independence. Someone just look like someone gains. You know, think as some then challenges that we on their line the outlines, you don't make someone say, no, you know anything, like go about my business and forget about
We all get to role for play. And before I even allow you for land on that question, we all get to role for play, not one person responsibility. We all, including business, right? You understand? Where will they put bad people in for lead this country? Now bad results they get. Where somebody don't can even deserve leadership. You don't get any moral, you don't get no moral authority. You understand for making leadership. Just because they're the highest bidder, they don't go give Boku money to the political party, the way they nominate her, they don't get see more. People then go vote just on tribal and party lines. That person can have parliament or it can become whoever. What did they expect at the end of the day? So that's kind of people they expect. When you put bad people in that position, that bad result they get. So don't begin for think beyond that. It came to a time that this country, civil society will say with him, let local council elections, don't move away from party politics. Local council elections. Let move away from party politics in some other countries. So, for example, if you're in a community, like Jeremy did at the Bow community, Simon come up, I did a Zero community, people say, no, Jeremy will say that my way descent, get integrity, is supposed to go on a council or do X, Y, and Z. No, vote one. Let go talk and say, why you get like a council? They agree. Then go vote on a council without party, and not on any party card. But at the moment, no. Because the politicians they feel no more. This, everything for be just them. You understand? One party, they take everything, winner takes all. And the other one, the same way go don't win, when they try for open up space to the other for camp, they go say, no, we're not the good at all. Bill Clinton succeed for lead America on so many grants, but one major one of that. When he win the elections to America, he begin to look at people now, when they like party, for can work for America. But in our case, now the opposite. When you go win, they might want to take everybody whatsoever. To the extent they even put square pegs and round holes. Just because they get more money, now they cause them buyback cost for them, now they go barricade road, now they party them, now they from the party in 1920. So now all them one that did leave it so service.
We said that also now something where they deal with the mindset of the salon person. Because the one way go there, now power that time they go say, if I go bring the other people in there, when they know they see, they see, we all know they in this one vision here, so they go begin for undermine me because they know me ever deal with me in terms of this agenda when we get as a political party or as a governing party.
So that make we forget the national development plan. The professor talking clearly. We don't get down there at all. David, I just don't go around this country. I don't go around Falaba, Kailau, and Mohammed Street, very center that come out. I did behind one of the riders where they take that the interior. We passed one side where they do a very good job of agriculture. We say they make a place. You know what the rider tell me? He said, Mr. Simon, I say something for you. It's one of the things where they are about this country that any leader will come, they want to start all over again. He said, if we don't continue from Musa with the other ones and they can't stop, we're good. Like we don't fast. He said, if one come, he look at roads, he said, no, Musa this man don't stop on roads. Let us continue about roads. He said, by now, we don't get so many good roads in this country. If that one come, at least pay attention to X, Y, and Z. If there are 4 major things they take, we pay attention to it, we'll go. But anybody can get you, agenda for prosperity, agenda for change, new direction, big 5 game changer. You don't know what I'm going to game 2020. So all I want is just to continue to move the country in the possible way I want her. And you get the ones that will go for where they fear for telling the truth. This political and waiting dishonest talk about this stuff. Waiting at the talk here, so man don't get my talk that day. These are the country where even when the political leaders they go astray, they undermine they don't get my telling the hard truth. And me, I don't go fit myself to that kind of scope at all.
I'll go holiday for now in Jeremy Bensimbo, we are the acting executive director for the Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law Salon. But before we go to other guests, we need to go to one of the elders in the studio, when Reverend Mohammed Mansari. And Reverend Mohammed Mansari has to get a lot of memories them when I go share with you in terms of history, how Salon been during the time way they mean the early days of the independence and now. So take me through. Good morning, a pleasure to get you.
Yes. Good morning to you. Morning as well. So people in way they look we this morning at the studio. Well, actually, it's a pleasure for I come here for really level come try for look at the independence celebration we get, and I think we need to understand the independence we get right now as the 65 years. I don't think it will be more of elaborate celebration we need for Obodo, but
it will be some kind of sober reflection as to what really happened over the years and see whose side we find ourselves as a nation. We need to understand that, yes, as Sierra Leoneans, we are resilient people, because we don't go through some tough time and we able to survive. Um, but we need to understand the time they follow us down and reflect. I listen to waiting Professor talk, and I agree with him that, to be honest, the way how things really they go na Mama Salon, it really no look right because of certain area they more miss the point. Like how we Boda mentioned, this aspect of continuity. For me, I think it's not just from the leaders, because we know get a national plan what we work with, because let me take for instance, whatever another administration may not do in terms of education or healthcare program, when a new administration comes, then one for them go do something all over new again. And so I make clear, even the education side, we not see much progress because Usai, when we don't reach, when the new administration comes, just scrap all of them things and get another agenda. And we know say when another administration have come again, another agenda they said we give account. But not just the leaders, but also we the people themselves, we also contribute. Because we the people when a new administration come inside, when they go on for continue waiting that person they do, then go begin say, but now we begin now we start them. And so the leaders them wake up, they're so cool, now we set to for get new things there. And so that mentality never be changed. As you try to talk about the mindset, we become so partisan and this don't hamburg the country. And if we continue for delicate that, we're not going to see much progress. We're not going to see much development in this nation. Some of well, for me, I don't believe that anyway we get independence, but that same year they are born. And but we see the way how women they go to school, the way how women they celebrate the independence compared to how we they celebrate them today. But quite frankly, the thing is that because we really don't miss the direction we're supposed to follow will go, and it don't unbog we that people are not even interested for the particular celebration. It's disheartening for we bought a mention about somebody who go for sell flag in the market. How they decide for dragon? You go to a place like Ghana. Ghana, they don't even get the independence anniversary. When you go, you meet, if you enter inside the motorcar set, you see them proud of their flag. They're proud of their flag and their country, and this aspect of this nationalism and patriotism is missing in our own country. People are thinking first of all about their party, the region where they come out, than the country first. And I'm telling you, if we continue for day like that, we're not able to make much progress. That mindset get to be changed. You see, now let me talk about say, okay, we get independence. Independence now, the freedom from colonial rule. But what about trying to talk about nationhood with regards to shared, responsibility, think of the nation. We're not peacing with regards to the peace and stability of not only waiting suit we now. So in terms of building our nation, we are not so bothered about it. So for the think of nationhood, not just independence. You see? So and this don't involve Mama Salon. And we need for them to go back to the drawing board. I make us say, a time like this now a time for sober reflection, so that we go able to see how we go able for forge ahead as a nation. Because if we not do that, year in, year out, now the same story. In
Okay,
fact, it will
however,
get
wetin
worse.
go wrong because some people wey don get some age, they can go tell we say when dem be small, system bin dey in place. For example, the transportation system be okay. Well, different social amenities dem bin dey in place. You go go na hospital by then, things dey work the way wey e suppose for work. But now, if you go na their side and dey different,
Difficult.
you know, and the challenges then dey in terms of transportation. We dey see challenges, even though government dey make strides in the energy, but still we dey behind somehow as a nation. A lot of things then dey happen. Is it that we know the structure not been dey follow we build on after where the colonial leaders they left we, or we just decide for as a nation for just go we own different ways?
Yeah, okay, thank you very much. Actually, I think Professor really mentioned something like that with regards to how we begin as a nation. Faulty foundation. We really get a faulty foundation because one, Vet Forum, it just come so we like that, Cinema Plaza like that, and then also we need to understand again that in a way where we really dey go as a nation is that we get people dem wey not so patriotic and we really they seek the interest of this nation, and that's don't really hamburg way. But we need to understand say as we dey go along the way when we dey celebrate with independence, we really no mean get some kind of roadmap we go able for help follow the think of a national agenda, and one will be for continue it. And this don't create some problem and some gaps where now it make we dey how we dey so today. And those gaps we need to go back and try for see how we go able for fill them gaps in there, so that Mama Salon will really be the nation where God really wants them for be. You see, but if we continue for now, we just deal like that. I'm telling you, the real problem. So we will be more patriotic and nationalistic, and try for see how we dey think of a national agenda instead of looking at our color
Affiliations.
and party agendas. And if we continue for a day like that, it will be a serious problem for we. And so now I make one for call on all of we Sierra Leoneans, not just our leaders, but we self for let we go really reflect and see wetin don't go wrong, and how we go able for work together as a nation for let we go make them let it be right.
Okay, we can continue for stay with me inside the program, and from the elderly we come also to the young people, especially we get the PRO, Deputy PRO for Children's Forum Network, where Namiri Julius himself they inside the studio for join the conversation. Good morning, Mary, and welcome to Morning Coffee. All right, so specifically in a young person, a lot of things don't happen where the generations they even understand. But currently, within the happen at the situation, I believe in the continent situation, I believe say you get a clue, being that a lot of things are not happen. Una speaking them. Wait, I want to look first of all. What you
Independence mean to
understand
them.
by independence first of all?
Well, according to me, independence now, freedom from colonial rules or colonial masters then. And then also now the freedom of a nation to make people that become a nation from after they come from colonial rules and masters then. And after people that become a nation, they will also get freedom of rights and sovereignty as a state. They will get the power for them decide over what they happen at their own country. Then they will also be recognized by international and international affairs then. And also we will also get country representatives them for go and representing bigger platforms them where in a cities them will be country. And then also citizens that will participate for the country in young government in democracy man. But most of the time right now we see for say someone they say me I let it go into politics because most people then they say our politics are dirty game. And then also as speaking them we dey see for say people dem no like Mama Salon that much again because I read some status dem wey dem say maybe independence polo 450 less bag 480 bag so now you get the choice confused wetin you want for wetin you want for wetin you want for lose your money or dem put na status for say independence polo 450 then power bank 400 so instead of you buy independence polo I prefer buy me power bank because we no go select standard for the after independence so all I'm saying they see for say na constraints the way we are still dey go to some people dey say we don't even need for like we get people in our environment they say we don't even need for civil independence because as soon as now we dey go to we dey buy less bag from 200 right now they buy am up to 800,000 so wetin for wetin you think say me for wetin you think I for celebrate wetin me dey enjoy me for go celebrate by this country also and people dey know that still like them they know that still like Mama Saleh again some people dey say all my right now want travel go overseas and some people like say me where say I go if I get chance to come outside I need the kai again and people like most people like them thoughts in their mind say me if I left this country I need the kai again or if I come out this country and I go prosper and I go better say what did I say better see nothing I also go if I go other side say better go there for me I go for post I go for I go for it itself and then also when we get independence as citizens then I'm going for make we get laws them and things the way they protect we as people because you see say during colonial rules then we got schools them where in the grammar school the animals when are only for some certain class of people where they attended so they only get the people only get the rights like to education so most people not be attend school so then we say animal for the Creole picking them so if you know to Creole and Creole like not only the
Only ethnic group.
yeah, we get 16 ethnic group, and then the most populated group are the Milenix. So if you say Creole, we not even get up to almost percent of the population for Creole picking and normal. I think say you only deprive most of the girl picking, all that girl picking may not before attend schools.
Okay, good. Now before you continue, that particular situation don't change. In a young person, you don't outline some of the challenges. They even from personal observation, whether on status or personally. So within this period, what you as young person go able for add up for in terms of look forward to say now anything they would look forward to for less along go change.
Well, me as a young person personally, I look for so many things that were like they work home. Like we dey look to electricity, good roads, water supply because also outside Goma Valley water they reach. Some we get some certain areas then where they not even get the lights for so many days then we are in the lights business and even if lights can the lights business for education, something that you can go to some government schools then. They still picking and pass 60 inside one classroom. Like I got me cousin, they say one certain government school and say yeah the middle wall it is you know. And Max I say well what's make now we share the teach name for understand and expressing the teach. Then say mama now Mike they use it say and even with that the middle wall you say and then they and the students of course the post where they back. Then you say they always teacher they so class. So all I'm saying is so a friendly school environment really not to all schools themselves get libraries, science lab, computer lab and all that stuff and we now for the area Lumley and Regent School. We school, the Malwa Comprehensive Academy the only school where get science lab. So if other picking one for use science lab in school, pass them gonna use school. And then you know for say when we get the science lab, they go for cater course for units before the other people can use the science lab. And then also again, we will look for a salon where in we will get we salon like consider we get we could find laws them. But then laws and then know that's too effective way for make for
Implementation.
for implementations aspect. Then go say like we get law for forcing where do some bad or good to people. But because of we parents and all say for say like this now a family this now a community business you want pull a big post in name this picking house and get a big post in so then we'll try to make her in a way like in
For settle a
for
family
settle in a family way or for give something like a compensation. Yeah, in the beginning go don't become spoiled student students in a day or the big
But
person
not
in
now
the
against compromise. So anything they say them for can go
They
to the
say
law for effector.
now what you know what's an them go compromise. Where we don't do our we don't soon where you don't know what's an and you don't know who say we go report and go compromise where and go all person go
And
compromise.
now the implementation problem.
And then implementation and enforcement problem then come. And even people that them people that they do child marriage business, even when the law come, then they still do anything they talk. They still don't do marriage. Now what you know for safe don't do it. Now in people go hospital station, but what we don't do marriage simple one. They don't go for safe we don't do this there so. And then also about the female genital mutilation, then pass the child rights bill, child rights act, without them put that clause then at the then put the clause na the act.
Yeah.
Wherein then we get so many discussions then with people and when we think say we look up to make them pass the bill also. But they not pass the bill, then pass the bill, then they take the clause out. Then this evidence that something I get a thing with they talk person like they cause harmful business to your body. Then injury like you can even see person that cause for injury. So you like and you don't take out so a part from person in body. And then you can take about for then say they don't like hygienic or what you say. Because the sense the MPK will say about society, they say now one grain, scissors or blade or whatever thing they use it for one good person and use for all.
Okay, so that one the that one thing. But anyways, let we see us speaking them now that we did into we independence celebration being the country don't come out from colonial rule 65 years on. Wetin una sef inside children's forum network get for do to una pikin dem because we hear when they talk about nationalism, pikin dem wey you small na dey get for learn how you get for yes for be patriotic to your nation when dem say no spy na class, no spy na class. When dem say no throw wey drink water, no eat that plastic na treat, no iba na treat. You know all them bad thing dem wey pikin dem sef dey start for go with, dem sef no go with am because we know say some of them things that they una for learn am from the home or from the community or from the environment but e no happen that way dey but as una get una own forum wetin una dey do for transform the minds of una peers dem.
We can get like a good engagement we can get school visitation or school it's the folk even at schools then talk to me come be picking and you think say you look at it and say if we come be picking don't come talk before me. I know that person is so much just I will say I go want to become like that become be picking I go for with certain engagements and then we can get to come to school and we can get school clubs then and different schools and children's school lesson and legal organization where they're all about the country so we get different branches there not only in African yeah but all send at the different parts of the country where we will talk to the people picking there and we're not for bring them to safety because we all know that safety is the place is the way we all go the place and then we also get some on picking that we are in then they say they don't mix they say something and when we don't better for up then you don't or that organization like you don't pay me for let me go against or let me talk bad about them so then they can get them conception the way they can get about we child advocates.
All right, continue further with we. Let me also draw now somebody from the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, where we get in the person of Mohammed Jawad Nali with we in our studios. And we see a lot of times the ministry they play the role of civic educators. Then they go on a different parts of the country. They make the people they actually they know what they happen in terms of development, what they need for know, and all of them things they never get for do with civics knowledge. But today na independence, Mohammed Jawad Nali. Good morning, a pleasure for get you.
Good morning and happy Independence Day to everybody.
All right, so what's how we did now? Salon at 65, from the Ministry of Information's point of view.
Well, this morning, we all to President Julius Marabio as he wished for independence. But when he making speech as well, look, as a country, one of the things on this day, firstly, we're very proud I'm very proud as a citizen that we are celebrating our 65th independence anniversary. Also because we now get things like self-determination. We determine the political system, we determine the leaders. And from time to time, it's also good for them to reflect as to, because some of the time then comparison we will make, it is very easy for paint a very gloomy picture of where we are. but it also good for them to sit back, reflect, and look who side we don't come out, who side we dey. And yes, it is a fair point that maybe we not dey who side we want for day, but we don't come significantly very, very far. If I look at by 1961, for example, we will get independent. Life expectancy in this country was just around 37. Today it's over 61. By 1961, we'll get independence in this country. Literacy rate been really down. You get things like you get less than 15% of girls that were in school. Today that number is over 150% comparatively over the last 65 years as well. By 1961, the Pekin MO been getting a school compared to the Pekin MO getting a school now, the number is not the same. And by 1965, we'll talk about energy access. As much as we want more, and we're not really the USA one for day right now, but much of the country was in darkness. If you talk about road infrastructure as well, these were things where basically the hinterland was almost cut off from the main capital as well. But also as well the power of self-determination, local governance, where we don't reintroduce as a country some 24, 25 years back as well, means the local people get much more power now in how they determine their own development programs as well. And even we things, for example, opportunities for girls, for example. Now, if you're not a girl picking at this country and you study science, there's a pathway for you for from primary right to the university for make the state pay for your education. And all of them then in a remarkable progress. But also as a government, we know that's not the end because we all want more. Of course, the president mentioned as well that yes, politically as well. Let's not also forget with political history because when you look at 65 years, it has not always been a smooth 65 years. Inside that 65 years, we don't get 11 years of civil war. Inside that 65 years, we had one party rule. Inside that 65 years, we've had global pandemics to deal with, etc., etc. So with history, a very important for when we understand our history, when we understand who side we been there and how far we don't come, and we look at them, we will say, okay, tell God thank you. But we also recognize that's true, we want more. For example, the president talk about more opportunities. So much of what we do now, whether in education, in agriculture, as a government, I will make sure say we create more opportunity for the picking and where they come next, that there is a pathway for them for prosperity, even with economy. In 1961, it was just 300, it was just around $300 million. But today, now we are talking about a $6.4 billion economy. So it tells you don't expand, but population as well don't expand. So the demand for every other thing as well has increased. And that demand, we all collectively as Sierra Leoneans as well, we get a duty for really try to see how do we get to a place where we all support each other, we all support government, but also as much as we will get them differences than they as well. But beyond those differences, we look forward and say, how do we push the country forward? And that's why, for example, governments they give a lot of credit and to let's say indigenous businesses, right? People and where they say, I want to start an initiative. Some people will start a youth initiative for picking them way in a street or other marginalized youth. Some people will start groups for deal with people with disability. Some people are business people, create business and create opportunities for fellow citizens. So things like that, now in there for help we all as a country, we move forward and hopefully in the next decade, with much of the things that with our aspirations we will get to our country, hopefully we will achieve them. But the reason as well the reason as well this point important is because we as Motaman generally, it's very difficult for make we let's say satisfied with the situation because we constantly want more, right? I mean, my sister just really mentioned schools and we still get challenge of enough classrooms, even though don't be 1,500 classrooms across the country. The reason that they've been is because the school system is much more open now, get high enrollment, we don't create new problem. It just tells you that there is an insatiable desire as well for want more electricity, more energy,
Okay, now
more health. And we job now for make sure say we work towards that.
Yeah, of course, many of the things that we, especially is what we mentioned in terms of energy, the food, etc., etc. These are the major things that we for the ordinary salon man.
Mhm.
Everything we don't the reference to a really dey in place. But for the ordinary salon man, him believe say that him cook we use for it for still dey within a cost way reasonable way we go forget am. That other man think can say even the light, for example, some man don't resort now for do business with electricity, meaning it is selling ginger beer, they selling cold water. But if all of this is not forthcoming and the challenge still dey continue, of course you don't make am clearly say between the time that time to now we don't make some progress. But this particular area, in fact, some of we dey move around, some of the concerns where the people are really getting can say, and the comparison just like other countries, we don't face difficulties like Sierra Leone, but they are making progress more than Sierra Leone they now.
And we on progress specifically on energy. I'm glad we mentioned that particular point there. Energy access by the time President Julius Maada Bio came was less than 20%. So they run double that number there across the country. There are places now with lights up in this country. For the first time in 40, 50 years, I was in Kamakwe some 2-3 weeks ago and I get 24 electricity. When you come to urban areas like Freetown, the problem we get now because there is constant demand for more, which is not a bad thing by the way, because urban areas, the challenge we get now, the communities they increase much more rapidly compared to rural areas. So a place where, for example, an area where you don't plan, say 5 megawatts go do for them, in 1 or 2 years, 5 megawatts will just be a drop in the bucket because that community they can expand so rapidly. So always we have to catch up. And then as well, we also get the problem as why should they try for catch up, for expand, for the more people get? We also need for service the lines them will get because we are looking at lines that are 50 years old or more. And so we need for able to manage that as well and manage the demand, but also create a very sustainable way for get electricity. For example, we just don't we did in the very closing stages for done a 20 megawatts solar facility in Newton. When that come on, it means those areas within the peninsula, if you leave John Obey, you leave number 2, go by Waterloo, you could now also be connected to electricity as well. And yes, of course, the electricity situation is not where we want to be right now, but constantly what we can do and for find much more sustainable ways. Remember 1 or 2 years ago, we get problems. We say, for example, power ships they will go hot the light. And then we as a country, they put you in a very difficult position. The challenge you get now, and what you don't learn from that now, but let me make sure say we work on much more sustainable solutions. We will not even be in that position there where somebody will threaten me say with a hot light because we not pay with it. So that's why we are building our own systems we will rely on. So yes, in that particular building there, things are going to be tough. Lights not going to be as much available as everybody wants, especially in an urban area like this. But having said that, by the time we don't done that, we get that energy independence. If you go to a place like Kono, they enjoy over 20-hour electricity. If you go to a place like Kamakwe, Fujian as well, they don't come online. Moyamba as well, they don't come online. These were places as well they never had electricity. At some point, they went for 30, 40 years, and everybody forgets they are part of this country. So we get in challenges and which we recognize.
Yeah, but the capital city left in
No. That's
situation.
of course we admit that. Say yes, of course it's a challenging situation as well. So we try for ration amount, but also we try for build the grid as well. So we'll get to a place where we can have it much more sustainably because we don't answer energy problem cannot be a quick fix. If you just tie the bandage down the line, you are going to pay much more higher cost, which we don't want for the people of this country.
Okay, yeah, we dey in independence now. One of the ministry don't they, as my colleagues say, don't they engage in plenty civic engagements. Then I believe so at a time like this, being that then challenges there, they come a lot of sensitization, a lot of civic engagements. Then really need for the camp because the perception of the ordinary Salomon now what they feel at the moment, within their hamburger, within they disturb them, and for change that perception, they for like able for like how we elders in the talk now studio for embrace nationalism, embrace patriotism. It's a difficult work. How determined on means to be for addressing challenges?
Well, we're extremely determined. It's not just us. This determination run right across government, and me, we are really hopeful for the next generation of young people. Day before yesterday, we get a big symposium hold on independence, and we focus really for the first time. We bring young people and we let them have a conversation about how then will contribute for drive the country forward. So we turn the mic and the lens to them, then discuss, then put some brilliant points them together across several thematic areas: citizenship, responsibility, AI and democracy, information pollution, and then very critical topics them. And then we get some really brilliant points them where they put forward, including their own responsibility as well for continuing for engagement with democracy, which is really important as well for the next generation of young people. Their own also responsibility as well, not for participate in disinformation campaigns as well, and much more responsibility online in terms of how they engage with other people. So all of these things are things that we young people instead bring forward. So it's part of the work we are doing, and a part of work we want to expand on, not just for mark this independence now, but going forward for really build a civic culture of good participation in democracy.
All right, continue for the week 3 and come up from the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, Mohammed Jawadin Ali. They talk about things them relating to governance where they don't look at inside saloon. Well, we can talk to another guest. We're in a poet and in fact he's in a fashion designer. Okay, the point at in dress, I think I self-designed that one day. That's nice. David Pierre Collier. Last year Independence celebration, I been with we also nice LBC. Take me through some points they were all right from the country. So what do we get this year? Good morning.
Yes, I'm David Pierre Collier, a poet, fashion designer, and promoter of healing culture. You can check my Facebook at TikTok, Facebook. You can see a lot of my works. I've wrote a lot of poems about Sierra Leone. I'm a patriotic citizen. Always, if you follow my page, you always use my flag or my salon artwork. So today, as Mama Salon is celebrating 65 years, I wrote a poem titled Mama Salon is 65. Mama Salon have grown. So this poem is dedicated to all Salonians and all lovers of Salon. So this poem is titled Mama Salon is 65. Mama, so beautiful, blessed with a lot of resources. Mama nickname is Silon Mountain because of her shape. Mama have wept. She have gone through a lot of difficulties like corruption, war, outbreak of different diseases, bad government. Hills and valley still record cry. Mama, 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 be a born again. Want to see good difference in the country and people's life, like good wood, electricity, water supply, and development everywhere. Mama is celebrating her 65 years.
Well, you see, Mr. David, go digital. Digital. I did the poem, but I think say the system not found and it's but yes, they fed with the system. Anyways, we go come back to let it try for I think it all freeze. The technology freeze, but then we will come back because one for
I
your.
want to finish when I'm on it now.
Okay, so
So Lord give you a bit of time.
Yes, I'm finished.
Yes, the documents though. They don't lost in the device.
No vex na
But the last then I
I'm
paper
going to
in the
finish it now.
Yes, go
Mama
ahead.
is celebrating her 65 years. Hills and valley, we echo our smile now. Hills and valley, we echo our smile now. Mama, smile for us now. Mama, smile for us now. We all our children should join in our celebration. Dedicated to all Salon and love of Salon. I have another poem on Salon too. Want me to read it now?
All right, quickly. No, yes, low, yeah, quick.
This poem is titled Hills and Valley Yeko Cry. This poem, I think we want to review our national anthem. This Hills and Valley word. Yeko Cry. I don't like this word. So I wrote a poem on that. Titled Hills and Valley Yeko Smile. So I titled it Hills and Valley Yeko Smile. I don't say Hills and Valley Yeko Cry. So listen to this poem now. Hills and Valley, we echo our smile. Hills and Valley, we echo our smile. Hills and Valley, and we echo our cry. Cry of cry too much. Cry of war. Cry of Ebola. Cry of disaster. Hills and Valley, we echo our smile. Mama, smile for us now. Hills and Valley, let's Salon smile now. Cry too much. Let's smile of good government, good development. Smile of prosperity in the nation. Hills and Valley, make us smile. Hills and Valley, begging you, make us smile now. Hills and Valley, repeat our smile. Salon smile for us now. Let's smile now, Salon. Hills and Valley, make us smile now. Dedicated to all Salona.
Mama has to smile now. A lot of crying.
And also see me just smile. Hills and Valley, smile. Okay.
Of
Thank you
course,
so much.
thanks very much. In the point, we in the VP Kolia, of course, as my colleagues say, normally they write with pen and paper, but they move now with the times for use the new technology. But now it's like still the device they give some problem. But we'll continue with the program. As Salon they observing independence and 65 years, 181-year-old Sierra Leonean. We na Stephanie Aja with the Kalon district. This don't shine experience. It all reflects on the memories. Everything on the happen for me Salon getting independence. If we talk to the company we na Paul Mohammed Collins at the center.
I reside in Amatapa section, Kailamta, about 1945. That is, I'm now with the order what demanded. And then make the rule we the time we can now. We just begin get sense now small from we people there. We understand the Wetman government now with the under. Now we people then begin to talk small. They will be in the area of the country like Liberia. They say they don't free from Wetman then they for themselves. You see, but that one day now I'm not going to know the date now exactly which I should also know. But now them first get independent or republic Liberia people first. This was Africa. Then now we on time can now now they say let we self come on that Wetman them because some of we brought the way them be done learn book early and they go in a Wetman country. Like Britain, mostly in Britain, more we found there. Now this part of Sierra Leone, they go so one people in America. Then can't tell with people that say, Wetman then this is a diamond what would they dig in this country. They don't make Wetman, they don't get benefit out of we. If you see how they make them country with the diamond way they come on at this country. And so we be small with the area with people that they talk. Okay, we have a command that then let we say she done for we self. So now so that talk with the go. And time and can I say where the talk so now miss Viaja. Now them put me in a school, I've been in school now. Time can they say look commander Wetman there. How they arrange we not be know much about government, we not small about there. So we have a commander there Wetman there. They are arranging the time so it can be now at the 27th of April 1961. Now they left in my mind now. The independent time don't reach. Parade, we be in a school with the parade with the Bokbokoti and call English language celebration. We can tell now we don't get our independent today. Then we come back again, they say, look, get to Republic. Although this talk where they talk, if the journalists been done inform me before time, I before Mrs. before she don't, I prepare my schedule. But now impromptu, they come to me this morning. So I go able to make that vibe away. So now they say, get Republic. Go on. That's why again, a right. Putting a republic now, they say, well, then we say you don't know for come on under then, when I'm independent, we don't independent for ourselves, we for ourselves. The republic again, then we point somebody where now go the rule we. Now we own country now. Then they will separate now for we say self. See, so and that I know. Then we there for we self now, but we know they see no anything than complain more about our time, our ship, plenty.
So let's look at the living condition, the same way we have been there under the British government, we are the Wetman, the way you just make mention of, and now as a country don't free for itself, we don't gain independence. So let's just take a look and compare of living condition by then and now.
For talk true before God and man, we get the independent. So Hamilton Magai, now then be appointed as Prime Minister in this country. That within the my mind, we be enjoy really. Where's Hamilton Magai take over? We been there in school. If we make arrangement for say, let we not go on lunch because it go delay we learning. So inside we classroom then we be prepare tea with the drink na school. Say for some time, we say meeting my guy die now, the other one then take over. At time as if them begin small. Till to this time now. Because according to Bible, Jeremiah 10:24, it say but a man no go able direct himself, neither able direct in company. So na Bible talk down Jeremiah 10:24. See, so early for let Motaman sit down for himself, he rule himself. It's difficult to see. The only thing we see by this hour, pass will come under God in protection. But if you know that, we go up and down the thing from generation to generation.
So how be celebrating our independence by then? We can see now where we own time they reach, most of the districts they pull them, devil or masquerades, they dance on the streets or whatever thing. So how by then wanna be they celebrate the independence?
They organize we with the parade in our school, in our street, then what dances can do, activities can do. So the people they drink, they do that, but it be interesting more than this hour now. It be interesting more, you see, because people be in fear, trouble. But now Mataman not afraid trouble. When they say small grady self, affect to the commodity, that time they be interesting. Nobody will be just you don't know what begin. Although police not been too boko, but the time be fine. No problem not been there like how it is today. So Mataman not afraid for do anything. So that time we will be there enjoy more and more.
So upon your experience back then to date, what will be your message to the general public so they listen?
Well, how the time don't come between so now, me I advise anybody for say, you young God way they pray to, lay your hand to hand. One, the God of heaven way then they call Jehovah, I tell you say, they promise we, the God can make this dunya sweet. Say Ingo can't take over, he rule we. They don't promise that one in the Bible. So if we have upon that, it will find for we. But for now onwards, we don't see another Bible for say this dunya get for black man go there before until the dunya can find. You know tell you that in the call you say get for can't take over in dunya because I make here. If you see don't go out of control like this way now, get for can't take care of it in what way make. So now that no more worth about. You on God where you believe where you know say get for save you tomorrow. Because today we see Boko people then get Boko cause there. But when you speak and I make this dunya, it will come pull you money tomorrow. Serve and that way. But we all know say that one green God there.
From that senior citizen there, Bayaja, where they can your experience how independence be look like. Could they join again for get another senior citizen? We na be former honorable, we na kono, we na sawo ni Yongoma Kasem Bama, we now is na 108 months years old. Instead of sharing experience regarding the independence.
My name is Sir Rodney Yukungo Kasibama. My age is 100 years and almost 8 months now. I was born on the 1st of September 1925 at Yaya village, Sandok Chibdom, Yawantanda section.
Look at the time when we get independent of this country. You be witness how big it is Salome to get independence, right?
Yes, I witnessed the independence. Since 1961, I was just 36 years old when we've been getting independence here. And I was at Pendembu, working at the British Bank of West Africa, and they call them BBWA, at Pendembu, Upper Bamba. And that was a wonderful moment for the first time, talking about independence. That means to be for ourselves, to manage ourselves, to socially, economically, and otherwise, be able to stand on our own. That was a day of joy indeed, without circumstances. and it was great. I enjoyed it. I thought it would continue coming from day to day, but it's just coming from year to year anyway. That's cool. So that's how I witnessed it.
What that be the reason we make Salome they asked for let we stand on we own during the time and they based on your own experience? What you been get?
Well, my experience, that our people wanted to be independent for one reason or the other, to be able to manage their own socio-economic development, which was in dire need, really. We felt Ghana, Nigeria, and the other countries had already achieved independence, and they were managing fairly nicely. So we thought we should have our own, we should be able to understand and stand on our own feet. That was we wanted. What Michi Magai, Shaka Stevens, and other people who were then the so-called politicians, wanted this country to be. See, so we wanted independent, to be our own, to stand on our own, see, to manage our affairs. With all the minerals that we have in Sierra Leone, we thought we could manage, but then that has not been the result. Since we independence, we have had bauxite, gold, diamond, uranium, and all the minerals, silver, gold. But I have not seen any result. Up to this day, we are dependent on other countries. We are I'm not sure if we have real economic independence. When you talk about independence, you be able to be completely able to stand on your own. The minerals alone in Sierra Leone, gold, diamond, bauxite, should be able to stand us in a better state than it is now.
Is it that during the time then they will be the ask the British them for let we they on we own, then thing them way the name so, then still not be managed well by them?
If any management, it was in their own interest. But in fact, really, they were not well managed. But to be candid, if they did, it was all like in the SLST company, Diamond Mining Company in Kono, which gives the Sierra Leone government from that time 75%, they call it giving bread basket. Kono gives is the bread basket of Sierra Leone, also. But despite all that, what have we gained? Kono has nothing to offer. Sierra Leone as a whole is still dependent on other countries, on international big countries to survive.
And Pakasibama, there are people they explain about this day will be attain the independence. That very development where they pronounce Salone as an independent nation. People be the gladdy, people be the dance, How you been Alex? Share with me about.
When we dance because we were hopeful.
Okay.
We were hopeful that after the white man then go, we go able to support ourselves, we go able to build factories, we go able to be self-sufficient in food and other things. But what don't happen. It's so shocking. It's surprising. The opposite has happened. Everyone will go there, then they go for their own selfish motives. Everyone with every government. There's nothing. We danced that day because we were hopeful, that's all. But our hopes have not been justified by the subsequent events.
We are celebrating 65 years. What vision should guide Sierra Leone beyond the 65 independence celebration, if you can recommend?
We should encourage education and development of all these other sectors that will help this country stand on its own. Food, industrial development, not there, agriculture and other things are not adhered to. No, we cannot do this.
What would be your own independent message?
My independent message to this nation is to ask all and sundry to work hard to love ourselves. My message to the leaders, particularly to be accountable, transparent, there should be sense of unity, sense of understanding, and make sure that this national pledge, national anthem is adhered to, and make sure that whatever we do it for the interest of all, not for self.
That's now 108 months senior citizen when I be former honorable when I saw Rodney Young Congo Kasebama we advice say of course make we go for always step together we for be one people. James Timbo of course I see the shake head and one of the things the way the part talk we touch me he said them dance because they were hopeful but now it's like waiting and dance for they go to the opposite.
Honestly. They dance because open they say, wait them come out under the white man, this country will move. Remember the North of Ireland state process of some countries that will get for first for the independence. Because they don't tire now, they can't wait them, they need them, you understand. So we will not fight, so we'll get with you now, as a result of the fact that we leaders at that time demand them, we'll be happy. We don't mean anything at all. Far with them, we don't mean anything. But when I don't read history, some of the things we don't have, I'm not surprised. Because when you look at the current trend now, we don't move. I listen to things I want to say, this country don't move, we don't do something, we don't do. You know, when you also compare to some other countries, we get independence before we. When we say get independence before them, we don't go through the same things that we don't go through. And compare, we say we did and we say they did now. Sometimes we say they for guy. What's wrong with it? These are the countries where they see young people, they say, they go prefer for the jail in America or Europe than the salon. That's a bad idea. That's a very bad impression that somebody give. Me, I would prefer, and so the young man, most of them they say, when they jail in Europe or America, than the salon. So more than man they say, if I find that they sell this country, then they should be money. But the question was, so that we should now. Because the issue of trust also huge. I'm not trust in company. It's all the issues of them where when it comes to state institutions, you know, let me think about them one day as well. Things that they will salon no need for the struggle with anymore. 65 good years still struggle with things that they will not also struggle with now. Let's say, for example, yes, we don't have the quantum of money where they don't dish out to the health sector. You're going to book governments, for example. Let's say the battery of CHOs every day and that. When then they ask in places of medical doctors. The CHO, now a community health officer, now health station for the health post. But then go take that man, they can't government to sue. They diagnose, they prescribe. That's dangerous for our country. I just don't say when I say I come out and tell the students. We're not getting resident judges there, for example. Now Kailan, now Moyamba, and Falaba. Resident judges are not there. Imagine that day. So think about how justice will be dispensed in that part of the country. You understand? So these are the things where we really salute people they want. Now we begin to look at and say, you know, it will take so long for not getting one in day. We need to put measures in place long time now. When elections they can't just stop. Some of the things they do. Most times, even with state actors, they can disappoint the political leaders. Let's say, for example, when President Biyo go, they get electricity supply 100%. Anywhere President Biyo like they did it. As President Biyo acceleration at the checkpoint, don't cross, don't supply. So how long will continue for live like that as a nation? Now the brother say, for example, yes, Konodo like but these are just distant quarter towns. Go back to the periphery. I don't know Sierra wait time for election, no they carry ballot box to them. When last the NBC the leaders then you get voices for even we just don't see some brothers and start to walk out of parliament because of reasons the way they give. Then go back to go consolidate where you let them. Then what's in the interest? So these are the things what they ask for. You understand? These are very little things. What they ask for say no, we need to move. Look at that old man. 100 year and 8 months old man, they struggle for top. You see, he was also disappointed. They already said strong disappointment. That they dance, they clap, they clamor. You know, and then I'm thinking that this place will be a better place. When you look at Ayikoyama and book, they said they did it for once and not a bomb. All over Africa, you see crisis, you see bad governance, you see bad parties and politics. People they think tribe now, people they think region. When they say a group of people they come together back in the interest of voting, let the new party come for just come prolong this nation. Their interest about you hardly see where politicians then they disagree on issues they want for this general issues. You hardly see them. What's in there for deal with them? Then they like disagree on and act on. Whenever you don't see politicians, the parliamentarians they go say no, we walk out of parliament because of the road they need to McKinney, for example, very rugged. You look at the McKinney Road now, Freetown McKinney Road now. It's very terrible. So many potholes in there. Freetown Highway, it's very terrible. Then they only amend that this more when President Biyo put it. So you see, so these are the things we say when mindset. We need to think about that and try to bring and low. Because now we they suffer. Now, when President Bio, a minister said, oh, when each of the family members are sick, then they can't go connect hospital, they have to pick no. Now we young people, now we they go there. So if then they go there, then they go attend the services there, they go not say no the place and they're wrong. You just talk about free quality education, yeah, it's good. Now they see people are not politicize that. Because if you use self-work out, if you decide to politicize that in a way, the other man say go politicize that. You see, so these are the things we need for us and get a national convention. Genuinely. But when you see most times certain political players are dishonest, they don't tell the people the truth, they just lie. Look what they happen again about Mr. Mohamed appointment. And they simple and they ask symbol. They say on December 30, December 20, waiting, December 31, they go for Mr. Alpha. What I say? They say that's all their brother tell you. Which are the brother I don't know. So then if the message is all the care to people then. Their message is wrong. So when they rely on me, as long I know say I get a heavy voice. I know my voice is very strong. Now that make when they call me for participate in convention there. So before they can prepare very well. So anything because I get a group of people, what I talk now, they take out true. Say what things I think talk. You don't find it true than. So I'm going to be very honest with them and I tell them the hard truth. No matter how they will feel and understand how they vex. So as a nation, we need for more. Let us set to priorities and straight. Let us set them right. You know me say you can't say 10 priorities and go to the all. But look at the one that we think say yes, we look at established. And move on. One of the things that we don't do nobody for this one, apart from we all. We're not doing yesterday government today. Now we all everybody. We can go to elections very soon. What's in that we all rule? Let us make sure so put the one in there we get this country apart. Let us not put people in there because they can't do money or they can't like or promises jobs and wire opportunities. Let us put the one that this country apart. So this country will be a better place for more. Look at a young look at the talking now. You know, lost faith in this country at a very tender age, brother. That's a very serious thing. We see so independent, but how independent are we? We will still celebrate development partners. I am not tell you to not do this, we fear the war. I am not tell you to not do one man, I don't do this. So how long now will they on this one? When we get more than how many minerals they will not the name? What the minerals they do? What the minerals they don't do for Kono? What they don't do for Sarah Rutai? Go na Sarah Rutai. Let's have them live in abject poverty and dusty place. You know how many man not dying and then barrels in it? So it's a very serious issue, brother.
Alright, so we have a lot going you also people can because time on the catering now. You see the former honorable Kasebama, they talk about many things. But among many things they talk about now that Sierra Leoneans only care about themselves. What did the members say for transform this country turn out for the opposite?
Yeah, as we really waiting the farm talk, we really just say yes that's true with regards to the way how things be. You see the problem at times some of we leaders they not even get the political will for do waiting go able for benefit the nation and for try for make sure say they really satisfy their own self and then people them we then they are sure say will really support them. And so this aspect of their leaders they are not be too to waiting happens. You look at the promises they will put and make, even from then days and day from 1961, till today, some of them promise and they not come. Majority will talk about better days. Now because they are really not being honest. You see, we need for understand say we for really get this country at heart. We go able for make we go before. Now make we need follow go sit on another drawing board back and look at who style we don't come out and who style we did today and see how we they really plan for the future. But then the other thing is, what about young people then? Are they really looking at that? Because with people then just think about what happened today. They're not even think of the future. Quite frankly, I'm really concerned. Look at the last census we didn't do. We get about over 70% of we people within below the age of 35. I'm glad you were to mention the aspect of engaging these young people. But I'm telling you, you look at what they happen with young people in our nation today. It's pathetic. The drug abuse, this substance, all that thing, and they really know what he said. You go see say some of them young people are there, even in our university, because of this problem here. So this problem, Even they lost all of them thing and they.
All right.
Yeah.
Whenever we go for holiday now, we will continue the discussion with viewers themselves. We will follow with you on television where we will continue with how you left inside the program Morning Coffee. But then let we also hear it from Mohamed Jawad Niali. Yes, I'm Jawad. What do we go left with we as they push the program
Yeah,
towards the end?
I think for me, my parting shot would be we the young people, much of the responsibility for transform this country now in our hand, and much of that responsibility comes in how we actively engage, which kind of citizen we will be as well for drive this country forward, because we get the energy, now we get the head space for think as well, and much of the responsibility as well therefore then we shoulder. In the next 10 years, for example, even in the next 5 years, you get to see a lot more young people as well. Because President Julius Malema don't create a platform, you get younger people in cabinet. You get to see a lot more younger people as well, therefore hold far more important positions. Even as I speak so right now, you get far more younger people who even they vie for very, very high positions in their political parties. Some get big ambitions for the country. So that drive there as well, and we participation with democracy, the things that they do, the things that they say, how they engage with democracy, all of that there as well, therefore really shape the country in future going forward. So as much as everything we want as young people right now, we might not have it, but it's also important for us to recognize the opportunities that now we do. In fact, opportunities like this, who's like this very young girl who can sit down and advocate on issues we're very passionate about. All of this, they show how far we don't come as a country. And all of that, they show as well how much more we need for also do for the young generation as well, where they come after. And it's something we recognize, and it's something we are actively involved in working on every single day. So I would say happy independence to everybody out there. And I hope say we use this day for really reflect on which kind of citizen we want for be for this country.
All right, thank you so much, Mohamed Jawad Nali from the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. Now, they will listen to we young person at the studio from the Children's Forum Network, Mary Julius.
Well, as for me, I go on for the leader and create a salon where I'm really picking and go big tomorrow. Because he say, this time you can't say I'm going to be proud for top person from this country as I come from. And right now, there is much picking on social media. We talk about the country, or we proud of the country. So say, me and my salon come. Most of the way they're busy, they create content, we're not necessarily, or we're not even aligning to waiting for improve their life tomorrow. So I want for me to leaders and create a salon where we picking and go able for admire them and go on for say how to become a politician in the future, the near future tomorrow, but how to become a person soon.
All right.
I wish everybody happy independence.
All right, thank you so much. Well, quickly we are from also we guess we'll get the
call again the points. So I want to go read this point quick too. Mama Salo is 65. Mama so beautiful, blessed with lots of resources. Mama nickname Israel Mountain because of her shape. Mama have wept. She have gone through lots of difficulty like corruption, war, outbreak of different diseases. In somebody, red call and smile. Mama be a born again. Want to see good difference in the country and people life. Like good road, electricity, water supply, and development one. Mama is celebrating her 65 years. In somebody, red call and smile. Salo smile for us now. We all our children should join in our celebration. Dedicated to all Salonian and our Salon. So I wish every Salonian happy independence celebration. Thank you. David Pierre Caller again.
All right, and thank you so much. You know, we echo the poem for Mekele. We say we get Mama Salon where we want for Mekele continue for smile. Now we could take another story where for Mark the Salon 65 independence. Some citizens across the country don't describe independence Day in different form. Plenty refer to independence as we still not totally independent because several things and they or factors and they will still make some people and they think so in terms of the Lambok business, well body light, and other social behavior of the citizens. Well, me company na Prince Musa be we gonna treat them na Kenema and Iyeri from Salon people everything they say.
I did number 26 Bonny Street, Kenema. We dey talk about independent. My age now na 72 years, meaning that I born in 1953. I've been the primary